What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And man, that was fun. That was a really fun baseball game to watch. The Phillies absolutely destroy the Washington Nationals. They win by a score of 11-0, and literally everything just went right. And at this point, you're just playing the Washington Nationals, who aren't really that good of a baseball team. They're not good, and especially when they don't have Juan Soto in the lineup, it kind of makes the job a little bit easier out there. Christopher Sanchez came in, did was what he was expected to do at this point. The expectation was him to go 5 innings in this ball game. He did exactly that, and the bullpen did the job the rest of the way. But the offense tonight was just, oh my goodness, they just exploded. Kyle Schwarber, 2 home runs in this game. JT Realmuto went deep. Derek Hall had a couple of, he had a double in there. He had a 3-hit day. Alec Boehm had, I think, at least 3 RBIs in this ball game. Nick Castellanos chipping in some RBIs. The 3 through 6 hitters in the lineup, they were doing some damage in this game, and that's really nice to see. That is really nice to see. And Kyle Schwarber, I know a lot of people were panicking. Oh my God, it's July 5th and he doesn't have a home run yet. Well, he just, made up for those losses for 2 home runs today. And, happy June 35th to Kyle Schwarber. We are still in the month of June, technically, for Kyle Schwarber's, hot streak. Some people want to call it that. I'm seeing some, people on Twitter post that, oh, Kyle Schwarber, he actually sucks. That month of April and that month of May where he was just absolutely goddamn trash. No, let's just continue to discredit what he's been doing the entire month of June and how great he has been since then, and an historical month that he put up in Phillies history, and just how amazing he has been. No, let's continue to go on how bad he was in the month of April. Some people really like the stick. They don't want to be proven wrong. But I digress. Kyle Schwarber is a goddamn machine, like what channel name is saying right here. Goddamn machine. He is very fun to watch. 2 home runs today. Man, it's just great to watch. Great overall to watch. And if you just go to the pitching today, like I said, Christopher Sanchez, he did what he had to do. He was expected to go 5 innings in this ball game, and he did exactly that. He was really good. 5 innings, 2 hits allowed, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts on 60 pitches. Basically, all he was asked of to do. If you look at the rest of the bullpen, very solid the rest of the way as well. Familia had a clean inning, surprisingly, with 2 strikeouts on 13 pitches. Bellotti pitched in the 7th inning. He got 2 strikeouts and allowed a hit on 13. And then you get Mark Appel to pitch the last 2 innings of the ball game. He did that on 28 pitches and walked 2 batters, and that was basically the only damage that Washington was able to do in this game. Washington only had 3 hits in this ball game, and also you can credit when the game was close. Mickey Moniak made a huge sliding catch. I believe it was in the top of the 2nd or the top of the 3rd inning. When Washington had a runner in scoring position with 1 out, he robbed Cesar Hernandez of possibly an RBI single. So that was a huge catch there by Mickey Moniak, which then eventually sparked the Phillies going the rest of the way, scoring all those runs. So it was a very fun ball game to watch. And then now you have to go tomorrow. Aaron Nola on the bump, 7 o'clock start. So let's see if we can win game 2 of this series with Aaron Nola on the bump. And let's see if we can give him some run support. Because the pitcher for the Nationals today, Espino, he was throwing a little bit of a home run derby pitches out there. The dude was clocking, 86 on his fastball? And I granted that's probably what he normally throws, but the dude was just throwing hangers and meatballs completely down the plate. Kyle Schwarber doing the damage. The Phillies eventually, when they weren't missing those hangers, they were eventually hitting them later on in the ball game, and that eventually drove them out. But Jesus, seriously, like 86 mile an hour on the fastball? My God, that's like Jamie Moyer territory when you're throwing that slow. My goodness. No wonder Kyle Schwarber went deep twice tonight. But still, fun ball game to watch overall. So, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to TTP Sports. And before we get into this Phillies win over the Nationals, I recommend hitting that subscribe button if you're looking for all the latest Philadelphia sports news, recaps, and events. Great or miserable time, depending on the outcome. Great. So, yes, I definitely recommend you hitting that subscribe button. If you're a current viewer of the channel, I'm grateful for you being here that long and looking to continue that down the road. And if you're looking for tickets to upcoming sporting events, concerts, whatever you can think of, use the code TTP Sports down below for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. So get yourself some tickets to any upcoming Phillies game, road trip, whatever you can think of. It's a great deal. Don't pass it up. The $20 basically avoids the fees. Use it for parking, concession, whatever you can think of. So just don't pass it up, guys. $20 off. TTP Sports, code at SeatGeek today. $20 off your first purchase. So going into this ball game, Phillies beat the Nationals by a score of 11-0. And now the Phillies are a half game behind the St. Louis Cardinals for the third wild card spot. And if we're looking at the St. Louis Cardinals right now, they are currently playing the Atlanta Braves, and they're currently getting destroyed in the top of the ninth inning by a score of 7-1. So the Cardinals most likely going to lose that game, barring a miracle. The Phillies are going to be tied with the Cardinals for the third wild card spot. So that's very nice to see as well. So let's go into this game because a lot happened. A lot happened. Kyle Schwarber, bottom of the first inning, leads off the game with a home run to dead center field, makes it a 1-0 Phillies lead. You get the catch by Moniak in the top of the third inning, takes away a RBI single possibly from Cesar Hernandez, keeps the ball game a 1-0 Phillies lead. Sanchez eventually got out of the inning as he got Josh Bell to ground out. Then you go to the bottom of the third. Kyle Schwarber up with 2 outs. 1-0 count, absolutely murders this ball. My goodness, I thought this was going in the third deck. Then it grazed off the foul pole, still landed in the back of the second deck. Makes it a 2-0 Phillies lead right there. And then we go into the bottom of the fourth inning. Nick Castellanos leads off the inning with a double, going the other way. He had some pitches to hit during that at bat, and I like him that, he missed a couple of extra base hits. Some of them just went foul. I like that he found a way to use the rest of the field, went to the right center field gap, got a double. And then Derek Hall barely misses a home run, hits it to dead center field, goes right off the middle of the fence, and that becomes a double for him. Castellanos only goes to third base. I know I saw a lot of people complaining about that entire thing, but if you watch the entire play go down, from the way Derek Hall hit it and the way the play was going down, Victor Robles in center field, originally it looked like he was going to catch the ball with the way he was playing out there, but the ball just kept carrying, and then it eventually hit the fence. So at that point, Nick Castellanos is probably looking at Robles out there thinking, okay, he's probably going to catch this ball. I'm going to tag up and then eventually go to third base. Okay, the ball keeps carrying. Is he going to catch this or not? So he tags up the entire time and then eventually goes to third base and doesn't score. And then eventually it does get negated because Alec Bohm gets JT Realmuto hits a sac fly to left center field, scores Castellanos, and then Alec Bohm gets an RBI single, makes it 4-0. The Phillies eventually load the bases. Bryson Stott get the single. Matt Vierling walks. Nicky Moniak strikes out. Surprise, surprise. And then Kyle Schwarber struck out on a very tough at-bat. So I was like, dang, I wish they could have got more. But they got runs on the board. And I wasn't worried about anything with the Nationals coming back into this ball game. Christopher Sanchez had a good top of the fifth inning. Allowed a single, but managed to get a double play to end the inning. Phillies in the bottom of the fifth. Derek Hall got a 2-out single. And then JT Realmuto on an 0-2 count. Sends it the opposite way, goes out of the ballpark. Another home run for JT Realmuto. Kind of looks like he's starting to find that swing again, which is really huge for JT. It's home runs in back-to-back games for him. 2-run shot makes it 6-0 Phillies. And then you go into the bottom of the sixth. The Phillies basically just blew the game the rest of the way open. Bryson Stott led off with a walk. Matt Vierling singled. Nicky Moniak with a forced ground out. Kyle Schwarber gets intentionally walked. Then you get 2 outs because Rhys Hoskins struck out. Nick Castellanos shatters his bat, bloops it in the right field, scores a couple of runs, makes it 8-0. And then Derek Hall, with the hustle of the century, fastest guy in the world, reaches for an infield single, makes it 9-0 as it scores Schwarber from third base. JT Realmuto walks. Alec Bohm gets a 2 RBI single, makes it 11-0. And that's basically your ball game from there. The bullpen came in the rest of the way, and that was basically your game. So, yeah, overall, a very solid night for your Phillies. Going to the lineup today, Kyle Schwarber was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs with the 2 solo shots in this game. A quiet night for Rhys Hoskins. He goes over 5 with 2 strikeouts. So basically, he was the only guy in this lineup that really did not do anything at all. Nick Castellanos had a very solid day at the plate. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Derek Hall went 3 for 5 with 3 runs and an RBI of his own. So a really good day at the plate for Derek Hall. JT Realmuto goes 1 for 2 with a 2-run shot and a sac fly. So that gives him 3 RBIs on the day. Alec Bohm went 2 for 4. He got 3 RBIs on the day. Bryson Stott goes 1 for 4. Matt Vierling goes 1 for 3. Oh, yeah, also Mickey Moniak. He was the other hitless guy for the Phillies in this game. Phillies go 5 for 11 with runners in scoring position. They leave 8 runners on base. And overall, it was just a very fun day. That's basically it. Beers says Schwarber having a breakout year. And man, Schwarber's been really good. He leads the National League in home runs now with 25 on the season. And we're getting closer and closer to the All-Star break. So, just keep it rolling. Keep it rolling, Kyle. We're having a lot of fun watching you leave the ballpark basically every single day. It's fun. It's funny too because I think the Nationals on their post was they're like, Kyle, it's not June anymore. Stop. It was a fun day. That's basically all you can describe it as. Scott Lewis says this was a complete team win as it could be. The Phillies beat a team that they are supposed to beat. Exactly. And now you still got to beat them. You play them 2 more times in this series. You're going to have Aaron Nola on the bump tomorrow. If I look at the schedule right here, so let me go down here. Yeah, you're going to have Aaron Nola going up against Josiah Gray. And then you're also going to have Bailey Falter on the mound for Thursday's game at 4 o'clock. And then you go into that Cardinals series this week with the 4-game set Friday to Monday. That's a weird 4-game series, but that's the way the schedule made it seem to be. So you're going to have 3 of your top pitchers in that series, Kyle Gibson, Zack Wheeler, and Aaron Nola in the final game of that series. So it's a kind of, I guess the benefit that you have Sanchez and Bailey Falter pitching in this series against a very bad opponent in Washington, to where only probably one of them has to be used in that series against St. Louis when 3 of your better pitchers are on the mound. I know Kyle Gibson had the terrible start against St. Louis the last time out, but hopefully he is looking for revenge against that same exact team. But still, cannot overlook these last 2 games. You got to win tomorrow's game and then look for the sweep on Thursday. Aaron Nola on the bump. That's as good of a chance as any to possibly get a second win in this series. Still looking at the offense tomorrow to continue doing what they're doing in the past couple of games. It is really important to do that for this series. Just basically beat up on a bad team. That's all we're asking for at this point. Just continue to beat up on this bad team, and then you move on to the Cardinals series, but still take every game one single day at a time. Don't look too far ahead, because that's when you start to get ahead of yourselves. Still, got to win this series. Most important thing to do. And you have a really good chance tomorrow with Aaron Nola on the bump. That's the most important thing right there. Looking at the Phillies right now, they are 43-38. And if you look at the MLB standings, like I said, they are a half game behind the St. Louis Cardinals for that wild card spot. And I'm assuming right now the Cardinals did lose. So the Phillies are currently tied for that 3rd wild card spot with the St. Louis Cardinals. The other teams that are above them, the San Diego Padres, who are in the 2nd wildcard spot, they got 3 games in hand right there. And then you get the Atlanta Braves, who are in the 1st wildcard spot. Now they got 4.5 games up in that spot. And if you're looking at the NL East standings, just for why not? Mets, they're in 1st place. The Braves are 3 games behind the Mets in 2nd place. And then the Phillies are 7.5 games behind the Mets there. So right now, like I said, basically your only thing right now is the wild card spot. So it's good that you're getting, those chances right there. And, credit to the Braves for beating the Cardinals. It's helping us a lot. Scott says, winning with Sanchez on the mound, you are correct. They cannot lose with Nola on the mound. Exactly. Aaron Nola on the mound, it's as good as a chance that you ever will have in winning tomorrow. So, offense, continue what you're doing tomorrow and help Aaron Nola out, because he desperately needs the run support consistently. He got it his last outing. Keep giving it to him. Keep giving it to him. So, I'm going to call it here, folks, a little earlier than usual. So if you tune into this late, or you're viewing to this when it's not live at all, I recommend leaving a comment in the comment section down below. I like to view those as always. Do not forget to drop a like on the video. Do not forget to check out everything in the description below. Paint the lines, BrodesMedia, everything like that. Also, like I said, I recommend hitting that subscribe button and also using the code TTPSPORTS for $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. And I will see you next time.